Well, this is the calm before the storm. Over that away is a very large storm that is coming our way and is allegedly supposed to drop what I'm seeing now 14 to 18 inches of snow. This is all we have left right now. That's the snow that's left. It's currently Saturday, March the 14th at 10 a.m. I'm currently just finishing up editing a video for the 90 Voyager. And I figured we want to document maybe one of the biggest snowfalls in March, at least recent history-wise, because we've been pretty slim on the snow. So here's what we got going on. The mud pit is kind of hardened back up. We've got Blondie here blocking the entrance to the shed because yesterday we had 60-mile-an-hour winds ahead of this storm and keeping the shed from deciding to blow away. But it's pretty well dried up. There's no mud in the yard or anything. This is what it looks like now. We've got 3 beautiful snowmobiles here just waiting for it. All of my lay-on carpets are out there drying on the clothes hanger. We've got 2 generators inside for if the power goes out. But I figure we'll get to have some fun with these. The snow blowers are around. There's one in the shed, one up front. We'll have to clear a bunch of snow. Looks like my dad has got the antenna, because what happens in the wind is that thing up there likes to blow around. That's kind of old school. You like that? Who needs satellite when you just got that? He's got that to keep the antenna from spinning. I love that. So, yeah. So this is about where we're at. Got the 05 Town and Country backed up here, kind of out of the end of the driveway, so whatever happens, you can kind of clear off, pull vehicles forward or whatever. I want to take the Saturn here. I'm trying to decide if I want to push it back up here so the whole driveway is kind of clear, or leave it there. I don't know. I might push it, I might not. We'll see what happens. Hell, I might drag it out of the driveway and put it over there for now. It's not a bad idea either. But hopefully I should be able to keep you guys updated on the snow as it comes down. And we'll get to have some fun, enjoy it, and deal with the effects of it. Well, the first flakes are just starting to fall here. About 12:30 right now. Despite that, we do got some work I'd like to get done. Well, the weather is still favorable. There's no wind right now. It's calm. The birds are out. Just a couple light snowflakes. And that brings us to Blondie again, the 2000 Chrysler Grand Voyager SE. That we saved from basically its swampy grave where it sat for the last 9, going on 10 years. But that doesn't count because we've been driving it for almost the last year now. So I've been ignoring pretty much the entirety of the time I was driving it. A lingering fuel smell just after the vehicle has been filled up and when it has a full tank and you go around curves to the right. What does that mean? Well, I know what that means. No, it's not a leaky fuel filter. No, it's not a leaky line. No, the tank isn't leaking, isn't dripping fuel anywhere. It's just like a vapor smell. But you can smell it inside the vehicle when it's full. And I've been ignoring it. However, I did get a chance to look at it last week, and I found the culprit, which was pretty obvious. That is a brand new Dorman fuel filler neck and tube and grounding strap. And we are going to install it on Blondie here, because the one that is in that vehicle right now is completely rotted away. And it leaks fuel, and it is not good. And what happens when that fuel leaks is it evaporates, and then it goes into the giant hole in the inner quarter panel and into the cab. Naturally, right? So we gotta tear that apart, which is gonna be somewhat involved getting that splash shield off, because I think some of our quarter panel is attached to it. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and replace it with this unit. Now, the last time I ended up getting a new replacement fuel filler neck was for Green Bean, the 97 Caravan, and I actually had that on recording. That was a couple of years ago now, and it did not fit right at all. It did not fit right at all. So hopefully this one doesn't prove to have the same issue. I guess we'll find out, right? Let's get this van fired up, pulled up front, and let's get some work done. And we'll do it live. That's how you scratch the paint. There, we'll do that. A requirement to being somebody who films videos and uploads them to YouTube, you must have 3 hands. Isn't that nice? Maybe I should do something about that too. Yeah, it's shrunk, so I need to find where it's split and kind of just kick it over. I never noticed that. I have a set of door seals for a 3rd gen. We're going to replace that too. Yeah, we're going to replace this door seal. How do the other ones look? That one looks nice. We're not going to touch that one. Yeah, I've got a set of door seals I got for free because it was a wheelbarrow day at U-Pulse, $100 for everything you put in your wheelbarrow. And so I grabbed a bunch of stuff off a van I needed, and then I threw all this stuff in with it because it was a low-mile van. These all look... Yeah, the passenger one's a little tore, but I could see with replacing that one too. Maybe we do just both the front doors. I'll go dig those out too, I think. And we'll go ahead and we'll get those replaced. But I figure, you guys haven't seen this van in a while. That's new. Dude, I drive this van every day, and now I'm just looking at it and I'm noticing things. I guess I just get in it and go. Was that like that when I put that door panel on? I don't know. Well, it's like that now. We didn't see that, so it's fine. Oh, but yeah, this has been the daily driver. Everyone. And we're sitting at 117,628, and we have essentially no fuel, which is... I did that on purpose, so when we did this, we didn't leak fuel everywhere. Old girl fires right up. She's running fantastic. Kind of sunk in the ground there. There we go. Away she goes. No, it's been running good, driving good. Thing's been very, very, very well behaved. There's a bunch of mud kicking off the tires too. Let's go knock the mud off these tires. I'll just do that. But yeah, she's been awesome. I guess it wasn't in a video, but I did take some photos and I did make a post about it. I put a brand new muffler on this van finally. The original one was finally getting pretty loud. So we replaced that. I also replaced the heater core again because the heater core that was new that we put in it that we didn't need to put in it started leaking and it was like oiling up the windshield. So I replaced it, and this heater core actually is a lot nicer than the one that we had in it originally. This one heats a lot better, like you can tell the difference. And when I took the old one out, there was a piece of plastic, like a long chunk of it, like where somebody had screwed, like drilled something out, and you know, you get the extra chunk that falls out. It was stuck in the heater core. So, like, I don't know if that thing just poor manufacturing defect or like what, but that heater core was eh. And this one seems to be great. So we're just gonna pull on right up front here. And I guess we'll go right there. And that'll be that. So, get a little bit of maintenance going on in this video as well. So that's awesome, right? How about a cold start on the old Bolins here? Full choke. I just checked gas, just checked oil. Key on. Full throttle. One pull. Both the snowblowers are prepped, ready to roll. Had to add quarter quart of oil to that one. I topped this one up with an 1/8 quart. Filled both the fuel tanks, let them both idle warm up, and they're ready to roll. Otherwise, I got all this stuff cleaned up. Got one engine stand to push back yet, but it just makes it easier for shoveling, and it needed cleaned up anyway, I'm not gonna lie. Let's get to her. Well, the inner fender liner is off. Got all the 4 plastic clips out, even saved them, which is great. And, well, that's what fell out. You know, that's good for it, right? Moist, wet, gravel, and rust. I kind of scraped off on here. Somehow there's still metal here. But, gee, I wonder what the problem is here. Couldn't be that that's super rusty, right? No. Anyway. So, get this fuel filler neck out of here. It should be pretty easy. It's 3 screws up here. Obviously, we got the ground strap. That quick connect right there is going to be our problem child. Getting that thing freed up. And then just getting the rubber hose off the tank itself. And while we're in here, one of my errands was to go get fluid film. Ideally, I'll probably go get it before I put this back together, because this is the opportunity to come in here, you know, and fluid film up some of this rust here. See this right here? That's pretty bad on that lip. This is pretty bad up in here, and then obviously the new one we should fluid film the heck out of so it doesn't, you know, same thing doesn't happen. Alright, got the old one out. There's the new one next to it. This actually looks like a pretty decent fit. I think the last one, maybe this was just clocked funny when I was messing around with it. Anyway, just looking at it, I see pinholes right there, like, and that's just looking at it. And I know it was wet all over the thing. Hose looks like it's alright. What I did do to make this easier to get out is I cut it beforehand with a Sawzall, and I've got it so I can spin it in this pipe. I can't do it one-handed, but I PB blasted. I'm going to spin it around, try to get it so I can unclip it and get that thing out of there. And then it's as simple as just throwing the new one in, bolting everything back up. That protective bracket that went over this, it rusted off essentially, so it fell off. So that's not going back on. I'll have to find somewhere else to probably just self-tapper this ground strap into the body. I'll pick a spot somewhere where there's some metal maybe. I don't know. It's hard to find, I think, but easy enough. Alright, I did get it out, but I did see this coming because I think it happened to me last time too. That right there on the end of that, if you can, come on, zoom, focus. Yeah, that is the seal. And so what I'm going to have to do now is carefully get that seal off with like a pick or something and put it onto that one and try to slide it in. In theory, this seal is supposed to stay with the plastic piece, but it didn't. Clearly didn't. So we'll have to finagle with that a little bit. Something to watch out for. Alright, so I did get the plastic off of the old tube, but I kind of smushed it pretty bad. So what I did is I've got this. It's like a plastic washer, almost for like spacing for a TV spacer. Anyway, like for mounting, I was able to. It's the right diameter, like outer diameter. I had to drill it out a little bit to make it fit, but it fits good. I put a new O-ring on there. I'm gonna lube that up, and that should go right into there. We should be good to go as far as that goes. So that'll do. All right, new filler neck is all installed. This one actually went in really nice. It fit really well. I had no issues here. Got our ground strap. I sanded down a little spot to bare metal, drilled that out, ran a screw into it, and that'll be good to go. We'll hit that with fluid film so it'll stay nice. I had to change out the O-ring I had on there initially for a thinner one. Otherwise, that fit perfect, so I did good job on that. It's a nice tight fit, so that should be sealed. Otherwise, the filler neck's all installed. I'm going to go in, get some fluid film and stuff for this, and we'll fluid film this up real quick, and then we're going to throw it back together, put the shield on, drive this in, fill it up. If I don't smell gas when I fill it up, She's good to go. Oh, I got the leak fixed on the tire here. I had to actually break the bead down on this backside here and get sandpaper around this lip. But it's all good to go. That lip was super corroded. And then I got the whole inner fender fluid film, some fresh fluid film up on everything. Got the plastic back in here. We're good to put this tire on, get this back on the ground. And the last thing we need to do quick is go ahead and replace those door seals on the front doors. Then we should be mint ready to go. Go put some gas in this thing, fill it up, and just good to go. It's just after, it's like 5 o'clock now. And it's just starting to flurry again. Snow's getting pretty close to moving in. It's gonna, I guess we're in a blizzard warning as of like 7 o'clock tonight. So here's a last look at today. All right, new driver door seal is on. The only trim you have to remove is that bottom trim. Look at that seal, nice and pretty. Not only did I put that new seal in, I also went around with some rubber seal conditioner. And I did all of the seals, the outer seal on the door, inner seal on the back door, bottom seal there. So what this is gonna do is it's gonna, one, we're cleaning up the seal, all the dirt that's on it, and it'll soak this up, and it will kind of keep the rubber soft or soften up some hardened rubber, and it protects it. So that's something a lot of people don't do, but that's how you keep these seals nice. So, you know, it's just something like that. And even if we just do it once, but look how nice it looks. All right, passenger side's all done, looking pretty, and we're all done.
Local voices, anytime, anywhere.
Country all day, every day.
Download.
All right, just filled the van up. It took 19.2 gallons, so she was empty. And guess what? I don't smell. I do not smell fuel at all. So we done got her fixed. She's mint. She's ready to go. New door seals. She's looking pretty. That's the end of the work we need to get done on old Blondie here. Now it's just a wait for the snow and then clean it all up tomorrow and have some fun, I think. Yep, no gas smell at all. It is perfect. We've done fixed it. As you can see, the snow is starting to come down here. It's 6:48 p.m. and we're just starting to get some snow coming down. Starting to get hazy, starting to blow across the road here, and it's gonna snow all the way through tonight and into tomorrow, and we should have by tomorrow morning probably a foot of snow on the ground. I'm saying 14 to 16 inches by the time this is all done. So that's quite a bit of snow for us in one go. Oh, it's starting to come down. It's starting to come down quick. Got the 05 and Blondie, the 2000, parked up here, blocking the wind from the shed, you know, just to keep that all good to go. It also helps get everything out of the driveway here. Driveway's pretty cleared up now because it makes it easier to snow blow when you can do it all in one straight pass without having to move 10,000 things. So, you know. But yeah, so that's all cleared out right here. So that'll make it easy. And it looks like the wind is actually blowing this way, so I don't know what that's going to do for drifting, but should be all good. Well, we didn't get no 14 to 16 inches. I mean, it's still snowing. I'll give you that, but it's we're on the tail end of this storm now. It definitely tracked south a little bit more. They got more, and then out in Wisconsin they got hammered, or getting it anyway, because they'll get all this after us. But I think we got, they're saying like 9 inches or so. I'm trying to, you know, like I'm seeing in spots over here like there's a foot, and then over there where there's none, and then here this is almost like a 2-foot drift right here. So we definitely got our work cut out here to get the driveway cleared off. And I guess with the wind blowing this way, the drifts kind of formed right here. But like I said, having nothing in the way, this will be easy to just kind of blow off that way. Granted, the wind, it's kind of doing like this, because like over there it's blowing this way, over here it's blowing this way. Trees and stuff are kind of causing the wind to do this. Big drift over there. All along the shed there is all full of snow. I mean, field's completely covered, so this will be some good snowmobiling weather, at least a putz around. Probably the last time these will be out for the year, because this is all going to melt this week, because we're going to be in the 50s and 60s again. But figure, let's get into the tripod, and you guys can watch as we time-lapse the driveway. I should be able to do it in one big shot here. Just kind of have you guys set right about here and just kind of go to town. Let's get her done. You guys can't see it, but you have icicles forming on you. This poor old snowblower here, I mean, the darn thing's 50 odd years old. It's doing pretty good for what it is, but the snow's getting pretty heavy. And unfortunately, the wind is blowing like right at me, so I can only blow it in so many places without sending rocks through windshields. At least that's what I'm trying to do. And so I end up getting the stuff that's all packed in, and it just kind of gets a little stuck there. Obviously, don't stick your hand down there when it's running. Now, you can come up here and like scoop this out where it seems to get stuck. Don't stick your hand down there, you're going to lose a hand. So, but I had to shut it off to actually do that. And since I'm about done with this driveway here, I figure it's time to do a couple of cold starts here quick. Well, as I was saying, we're going to do some cold starts, but now there's one more vehicle we have to cold start. Dad's got the F-150, which I just repaired the frame on and everything. He drove fine into town in four-wheel drive. He must have put it in two-wheel at some point, and that electric switch, it must be stuck in between, and it won't go into four-wheel, so I got to go rescue him with the K1500 over there, GMT 800, whatever the hell you want to call it, my truck. So I'm going to get to drive it through that stuff right now. That'll be fun. But I figure we'll fire these up because I will get these moved out of the way as well. Oh. Yeah, this drift over here, this is like a 2-foot drift. That's going to suck to get taken care of. Hello, Blondie. Let's see what we can do here. Fires right up. As if we were worried about it. How about the 05 Town and Country? Showing 326, 471. There it is, 193. There you go, with this thing. There. I think Dad bought this thing in 2017. It had like 38,000 miles on it. I remember we sat in the dealership for freaking hours. As far as we could tell, it's not documented, but I think this thing was wrecked before we bought it by the first owner, because there was some paint work that was done on the front bumper, and as you can see, the paint's been flaking off for years. We're supposed to have that covered and repainted, but you know, whatever. Over it. So anyway, I think we put a transmission in it at 80,000 miles, and that one's been going for over 100 now. And I think that transmission had 70-something thousand miles that we put in it, so I guess it had a bad transmission off the go too. Granted, it's a CVT, and you know, you got to keep up with fluid changes on that. And well, Dad's kind of old school. He didn't do that. Then again, he didn't do it with that one either, and it's still going. So I don't know what to tell you. And here we have the Tiburon, which if I can barely get the door open here. Get snow all over on the inside of it. Oh! Should neutral. Where's the key? There's the key. What is this thing? 51,866 now? And we make the trek all the way to the truck. This is where you can tell we actually got 9-10 inches of snow because the wind didn't blow it all away. Quite a lot of snow. Oh. Huh, this thing's like sitting in the sun. It's melting the snow off the roof. It's weird. I guess it's out of the wind. Hello? Oh! Alright. Right up. I figure we're just gonna send this. Look at the drift in the back window. Let the thing run for 30 seconds here. We're just gonna send her. Are we in 4? Yeah, we're in 4 high. We're good. You know, color me surprised that one made it out. That I figured enough back and forth I could, but that one's usually not too good in the snow. But it did it. I guess it helps the Civic kind of pack the pathway for it. There we go. At least that's out of the way now, so I can snow blow this, no problem. Attempt to snow blow this. Yeah, one truck made it through here, so we ought to be all right. Yeah, as you can see, took the tractor through here. This is nice. This is gonna be easy sailing then. This is the worst spot right here because it drifts up because of this tree line. And he kind of plowed it for everybody, so that's nice. Yeah, it looks like that was 2 foot of snow. Yeah, look at that. That's 2 foot of snow right there, almost. But then again, you get out to here, and it's nothing because of the wind. So. Alright, while I'm driving the truck, confirm 4-wheel doesn't, it goes into 4, something in the front left, it's like it's not locking in, so it's free spinning almost. So we're gonna try it based on how I saw the roads. I think we'll be all right. So I'm gonna give it a shot here. He's gonna be in front of me, and I've got chains if we need to drag this thing home, but I think she's gonna be all right. This thing's a 1-wheel peel, by the way. This thing is a gutless pile in the snow, ice, mud in 2-wheel drive. It is a pile. So luckily they've, well, I hate the fact that they've done it, but it's this hill's all brined up, so it's all melted going up here, so I've got enough traction. It's just through that rough spot on the gravel road where it's a little deep, but like I said, we just plowed a path through it, so this thing, once it's moving, I think it'll be all right. But I just got to keep it from, you know, kicking out the rear wheels from under me, but it's going pretty good right now. And he's following just fine, so yeah, we're doing all right. But unfortunately, something's wrong with the front left and the 4-wheel drive, so I don't know what's up there. That kind of sucks, because that was the use for the truck, is 4-wheel drive in the winter, but you know, whatever. I think we've got our whoop. That snow behind me where it was really deep and that everything was rubbing bottom, it wanted to kick out and kind of get stuck, but I kind of just powered through it, just kind of fishtailed my way through it, and she powered through. She's got the momentum, so that kind of helps. But I think we got her whoop now. Anyway, rescue complete. Alright, I've about given up on that red snowblower. So, it was blowing fine out here this morning because the snow was still light. What's happened is it's gotten pretty warm, and so the snow's starting to get kind of heavy. Not to mention, I have to blow this way into the shot. I don't know how much of this it caught because the phone kind of went dead in the cold, as it seems to do. With whatever batteries they're putting in this new phone, it doesn't like the cold at all. But I had to throw this way, and so it got some packed down stuff from when the car was there, throwing it into it, and it's also getting warm and heavy. Constantly trying to unclog that thing. I made it all the way back there. I've got a, it's plowed. It's all gonna melt this week anyway, but it's enough to get the cars back over here. And then I got to get something in front of this shed because it's doing this. And I don't have it as secure as I did. I had it off recently, but I'm not snow blowing this unless that little one can handle it. I'm gonna take the little one, kind of just see what it can do here quick, and then I'm gonna get everything fired up and moved because this wind's picking up. Then I'm gonna call it a day, at least for doing the hard work, and I want to go have a little bit of fun on the snowmobiles here yet before I get super cold. But it's progress, I suppose. I don't know, it's a lot of work for something that's just going to disappear in a week anyway, but you gotta get the cars out. And with that, I'm done snow blowing. The wind has significantly picked up. That little snowblower right here, this guy, he did better than I thought it would. That engine's a lot stronger and the belts are a lot tighter, so it does what it's supposed to. I did get this all blown, although it's starting to drift up. With the wind picking up, I had to get the truck in front of here. That was fun in two-wheel drive. And then get the van here, just kind of block that. And it's still blowing pretty hard on that tarp. I'm not a fan of what that's doing right now. So, anyway, that brings me to our next task, which is that tree fell. Look at that. That was not like that an hour ago. Huh. But it's funny, I heard something earlier. It was that. Well, that's across the trail now. Nice. The tree's kind of been slowly going like this. Finally let go. Anyway, I'm gonna bring us on over. Let's see if we can get a snowmobile or two fired up. I think we'll go for a quick ride, get out of the wind up here and go down below in the woods. Alright, let's see what we can do. In theory, the Cougar and the ZR should start first pull. That EXT might take two pulls. I'm not gonna lie, that's brutal out there. That wind is getting awful. In fact, I heard I guess they're closing I-35 down by like Albert Lee through like Ames today at 3, just because of this wind. There's a lot of snow on that field. I wish I went out earlier. It would have been great before the wind picked up. I mean, it was still fun, don't get me wrong, but I need to get one of those helmets that actually, you know, defogs properly. Otherwise, I can't wear one because I can't see worth a shit, which is arguably worse than wearing one, you know, than not wearing one, because if you can't see, you're in trouble. But they love this snow. This stuff's good snowmobiling snow. So, I don't know. I might bring you guys along for a little bit of a ride out in the woods. Like I said, get down below, up top here, and the wind kind of goes away. But this wind is blowing all of the snow into this corner in this field here. And there's got to be 2 foot out there at least. I was getting buried, like, you're just plowing on through it. But that's a little bit of kind of a complete change yesterday when we were working on Blondie to what we've got to deal with now. So with that, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this little extra here, and hopefully we'll get these 40s, 50s, 60s they're talking about again, and we can get back to work on some of these projects we got laying around here. We got a lot to do. I got some spring cleanup to do. I got a trailer that's full of junk there that needs hauled off, and then some. But that's kind of what it's like in the background here. I don't know. I'm gonna try. I'll probably take this one. This one seems to be the best one here, and we'll just kind of send it on down the road, or down the trail, I suppose. So with that, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Well, here we are. This snow is deep out here. That's how much snow there is. That's about a foot. Up to there. Anyway, what's happening is it's blowing up over the front of the sled. It's just absolutely soaking me. Look at this. Isn't it pretty? All right, I'm gonna get some riding done. Pack a trail down here, and then I'll bring you guys back, I think.